Set. Love you. We're doing POV actually. Look at you carrying all that like. I don't enjoy what's in jazz band. Okay, so I got stand up for 30 seconds. I'm scared. I don't know. I'm scared. It's more nervous than scared, but still counts. Alright, skipping long tone 1. I don't know. Long tone throughout? I'm just skipping it. And then throughout? Yep. Hey, Jonathan, when are you in a jazz band? No, we'll get back. So the competition switches was on the video and the music itself.
Again, a couple quick warm-up lines, so we did not get a chance to warm up before the concert. We're gonna have our student director direct these warm-up lines. Feel free to applaud at the end, being able to just kind of get started. This is Tatum Snow director. Okay, I think we're ready. This is the Parachute Dance Band. It's been a really fun group to work with this year. A lot of talent in this group. We'll talk a little bit more about these guys in a minute. We're going to start with Dance of the Shadows.
And that is why I don't get a new ring during band concerts.
Okay, so we have several awards, and at the end, we have this group stand up when I call their names. Forgive my pronunciations again. Thank you for parents that have easy last names. I'll do my best. Okay. Yeah, please stand and remain standing when I call your name. These first awards are for students again who participated in solo ensemble. Of course, at the advanced band level, the music gets more complicated and more challenging. So, being able to go to solo ensemble with the advanced band music, you can tell there's been growth and they've achieved a high level. So, please stand up and be recognized, starting with Francis Vance, Himna Garcia Pacheco, Hannah Leah Masalo, Alice Herman, Rachel Figueroa Rico, Emmanuel Venegas Castellano, Isaac Ruiz Lopez, Iker Rosas Sayanes, Alan Patino Jimenez, Juan Marcial Jimenez, Victor Hernandez Garcia, Joel Escobedo, Essex Ramirez, River Blaze, Lorenzo Ascoya, Angel Castro, Cyrus Soriano again, Logan Decker, and Logan Decker again. They both did two ensembles this year. Memo Guerrero Morales, Ewan Bayan, Aurora Tuttle, Laura Dawkins, Avery Orana. Anybody that I missed? Hayden May. Anybody else that I missed? Yeah. Stand up kids. Okay. And I have a few more awards, and these are very special. You're going to hear some of those names again. But we have a few folks who auditioned for and made it into the all-city band participated in the all-city concert. We actually had a couple more who did the band auditions and the choir auditions. They did in the both groups. But these are the ones that participated in the band portion. So the first one is Logan Decker, Cyrus Soriano, and Cadence Moon. Would you give all these students a big round of applause? All right, you guys may be seated. Thank you very much. And we're going to continue the program with Harry Potter and
Leave it like that, actually. I'm not recording you, it's just recording me. We are good.
We are about to do my favorite part of tonight's concert. and that
Not my
is to Recognize a very, very special group of students. And these are our eighth graders. This eighth grade class is the first class that we had. A lot of them as fifth graders.
What's your trip next year?
And
What's your trip next year?
we had a really small group. And they've been a super, super important part of the band program for these last 4 years. Right? And then along the way, they brought their friends in. So we have eighth graders in advanced band, we got eighth graders in intermediate band, we got eighth graders in beginning band. And they're all great musicians and amazing people. So we're going to use this next song to do our eighth grade ceremony. What we're going to do is I'm going to start inviting up the beginning and intermediate eighth graders. Would you guys just line up here on the stage for me? Come on down, beginning and intermediate eighth graders. Work your way down here right now. But what we're going to do is we're going to play this kind of a ceremonial type song, a processional type song. And as we're playing that, the eighth graders are going to come around, we're going to take turns. And this is my way of thanking them for their time in the band. I'm going to shake their hand, and I hand them a pin. Now you might have seen in the hallways, they have all these lanyards with pins on them. And this is one of the pins that I want to give to the kids personally, rather than just put on their lanyard. So, eighth graders, you are a very special class. And I always say the true measure of an eighth grade class is how are they going to impact the sixth and seventh graders coming up and the fifth graders coming up. And if it's a really good eighth grade class, the next year's band is going to be even better than this year. And I think we're on track for doing that. So eighth graders, nice job. I think we're ready. All right, this is with Yowler and Honor, our eighth grade ceremony.
Good luck, Joe. Joe, you're first. I said he's first.
We have one more round of applause for all of our issues in the room. And before we play our last song for you, you may sit in. Before we play our last song for you tonight, I'll just clue you in on the quickest way to get everybody reunited with their students. I know all the dancers are going to need to put their instruments away in the band room and in the choir room and so on. So, students, please come on back, get your stuff put away quickly, and then come back to the auditorium to meet your parents. Okay? That's going to be a quick way. We just get far too congested back there. It's going to be bad enough for just the kids. So parents, please wait here, and students come back to the auditorium to meet your parents. All right. How about? Sorry, was there something on there? Oh, sit down. Sit down. Yes, thank you. All right. Last song, Crazy Train. Give the advance guys one more round of applause before we start. We're going to kick this off. You guys get to help us on this song too. It's really easy. You have to say I at the right time. Don't know when. Here we go.
This is gonna be long.
Okay, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you for being such a great audience. Please give me some feedback on how you like having your kids sit with you. I'd love to hear from you. Emails, talk to me after the concert. Seems to work pretty well, but you guys let me know. All right, everybody, band kids are going to work their way to the band rooms, and we will see you. Have a good night.